Hotline Miami is an incredibly fast top-down shooter that has the player don several types of masks and kill everybody within a given level. The first game was released originally on Steam in October of 2012, and since then it's been ported to a variety of other consoles, published by Devolver Digital and created by Denton Games. So the version I'm going to be playing is the Steam version simply because I picked it up when it was on sale. I mean, there really isn't any difference between any of the versions of Hotline Miami, it's just on whatever console is the most easiest for you to play on. As previously mentioned, the bulk of the gameplay in the first game is all about wearing animal masks and killing everything that moves. Controlling the main character feels great. The controls themselves are extremely simple and very intuitive, allowing for the player to get easily immersed into the game. The protagonist's moving speed is fast enough to give the impression of blitzing through levels, but snappy to let the player be precise in their movement. At the beginning of every level, the player has a choice to select a mask, which grants them an ability. These abilities can range from killing punches to more gun spawning, or they can be jokes like the Phil Fish mask. These masks are fun to experiment with to get the highest combos on each level. Each level is split up into floors that act as checkpoints. When the player dies, they'll restart the beginning of the floor with whatever weapon the protagonist had when he walked up the stairs, giving Hotline Miami a very arcadey feel. Speaking about dying, they'll happen a lot. The protagonist isn't just a tank steamrolling through people, he's just as fragile as everybody else, meaning that any stray bullet or mistake can lead to another restart. Racking up combos and moving quickly through levels is extremely satisfying. It's sort of like the haze of a drug trip, purely feeling the moment and thoughtlessly moving. Hotline Miami has an extremely distinctive pixel art style that's able to capture all the neon flair of the late 1980s Miami. The visuals of the game really give off the impression of being on LSD with the neon void in the background and the screen shake. The pixel art style is simplistic and cartoony, reminiscent of the video games that would have been released at that time. The character portraits are extremely distinctive and easily show off the character's personality just through their looks. The levels showcase a variety of settings: crack dens, mafia hideouts, clubs, and restaurants. The variety of levels make each new call exciting, wondering what place you're going to be going to next.
The soundtrack features a lot of high-energy synthwave songs licensed from a bunch of composers.
They all fit the setting and bring a high-intensity vibe to the game, perfectly matching the on-screen carnage. My top 3 favorite songs in the first game are Crystals, Knock Knock, and Inner Animal. Hotline Miami 2 is exactly what a sequel should be. The mechanics are mostly unchanged from the first, and there's just more stuff to mess with. More guns, enemies, levels, and carnage. The amount of music in the game has increased to the point where each level gets its own unique song. The real change from the first to the second game is that there are multiple characters, and only certain ones can be played on a given level. Some characters have selectable mechanics similar to what the masks give you, and others don't. This change allows for levels to be designed for certain mechanics that the first game wouldn't have been able to do, since Hotline Miami 1 would have had to account for every mask being playable at once. In addition to all the new stuff, at the end of the base game, hard mode is unlocked. This changes the layout of some levels. Enemy placement flips the levels 180 degrees vertically and horizontally, and reduces the bullets in the guns you pick up by 65% of its current ammo count. If that isn't enough, there's a level editor to create your own levels and put them up on the workshop, and download other people's levels. From what I played in the level editor, there's still a community there creating new, very high quality levels that feel just as good as the main game. I would recommend Hotline Miami to anyone who likes fast-paced arcade-style games, and really I would recommend it to anybody because it's simply a series too fun and available on any console to not pick up whenever you have the extra cash to. Anyway, that's it. My next review is going to be on SMT4 for real this time. And as usual, if you want to see more, I'm sure you know how. See ya.